Hello, Scott here from Scott's Garage Cave. I'm back with the second video on the mounting the Fimco sprayer to the John Deere 455. Could be any tractor, of course, as long as you have a hitch. You could mount the same way. In the first video I went over a little bit of the bracket and how that's put together and the wiring run out of the glove box. So today in this video I'm calculating the flow rates or the mix rates for the chemical to water that I need to put in. The first thing I'm going to be treating for is so the first thing I did was I put some water in the tank. Doesn't really matter where, anywhere. I filled it halfway roughly, and water's moving around a little, but I put some pencil marks at the water level, and yeah, so I got a starting point now. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take it out and drive it with the pump on, and measure my distance and my width, and I'll go at what I'll try to repeat as a speed, a slow walking speed, or a speed slow enough that I know I'm getting a nice full coverage. Okay, I'm back from the spraying outside, and so I've got some dimensions written down, and I'll run through the math quick on that. But I now have my width measured and my distance, and I know what my starting point was at the pencil marks. So now I'm just going to fill. Actually, I already did, but I took my bucket here and I marked off where there was 1 gallon water. And so far, filling it back up, I put 1 gallon and then part of another gallon. So this is what I've got left from 2 gallons. I'm going to pour this back into a quart jar I have and figure out what I got left. Okay, well, I don't feel like walking to the shed for a funnel, so let's see if I can get it in here. Close enough, we'll say 2. So I know that I've used 1.5 gallons to fill it back up in the 227 feet that I drove. Okay, step 1, my distance is 227 feet that I drove the tractor with the sprayer on, and my width at 7 feet. So that leaves 7 times 227, and we have 1,702 square feet. Hope I don't screw up the math, I'll be embarrassed. Okay, so total area that I sprayed using 1.5 gallons. Okay, so step number 2. I know that we used 1 1/2 gallon of water. So 1.5 gallon of water sprayed in a total of 1,702 square feet. So our third piece of information we have to work with is what the helpful guy at Cinetech wrote on the jug for me of the chemical. This particular one is for crabgrass. And they use their calculations saying they're basing it on a 25-gallon tank. We have a 15-gallon tank. He's saying add 5.5 ounces per tank, which should cover 15,000 square foot area. If you are spraying at 1 gallon per 1,000 square feet. So we know that a couple of these numbers are different from ours, so let's okay, the first thing I'm going to do is see what percentage differences we have in the total square foot areas. Sorry, keep the paper still. So on the tank that I showed before, it's they're assuming 1,000 square feet. I had an area of 1,702 square feet. So I'm going to go 1,000 and divide that by 1,702. Okay, so based on that math, we know that 59% of 1,702 is 1,000. So that means we're what's left over from 59%. So we are 41% higher with our total area. 41% higher. Now I'm going to take a look at let's see, our spray rate. On the tank they're saying 1 gallon. I know that I sprayed 1.5 gallons, so boy, I'm just making this up as I go. Hopefully this comes out. But we're going to be pretty close, so it can't be that far off. So 1 divided by 1.5, that's going to give us like 66%. So our total spray 1.5 is 34% higher. Than the number that they're using to calculate. So that leaves us a spread of, we have a correction. If these two numbers were the same, meaning that we incrementally raised our spray at the same amount of raising our square footage, we're not too bad though, 34 to 41, so I don't think I'll screw this up too bad, but so there's a 7% difference there. All right, next I'm going to work on the tank assumption, and they're using 25 gallon tank, and we have the 15. So if we say 15 divided by 25.6, or 60%, and yeah, so that's 15 is 60%, so we want to take 60% of 5.5 ounces. So 5.5 times 0.6, 3.3. So for our size tank, to bring that in line, we're going to be at 3.3 ounces in the 15-gallon tank. Ounce. So I'm going to add about 7%. 3.3, and we'll say times 0.07 equals 0.21, and we'll say plus 3.3. So that equals 3.5. So, hell or high water, I'm going 3.5 ounces in my 15-gallon tank. All right, well, that's about it. Thanks for watching the video, and I promise I'll let you know if I didn't figure it out right and kill all the grass, but I think we'll be close enough. And I had all new seed, did the whole yard last year, and it just turned into crabgrass everywhere in the middle of the summer. Man, so I gotta really kill it. Maybe I should add a couple more percent, but better not. I'll let you know.